This is the way.
Really get the sense that this is how Jon Favreau responds to anyone that dares to suggest that these previously on segments go on for way too long.
Your bravery will not be forgotten.
Give me a f***ing break. Mando charged the stormtroopers, sure, but as we'll see soon, his Beskar armor can repel a flippin' lightsaber. So is it really that impressive that he wandered into puny blaster fire to throw those bombs a few episodes ago? Is the giant bell necessary? This town is one street and a few houses, basically the size of Bucksnort, Tennessee. I think someone could really just shout out from the gate that someone's coming and everyone would hear. At what point do you realize this blaster fire is useless on someone with shiny dildos that deflect them? And why wouldn't they try to flank her, considering the frontal assault clearly isn't working? You know, I've never understood why experienced Jedi don't do this force manipulation more often. It would be much easier to take out several enemies by felling a bunch of dead trees or something, right? Seems like this lightsaber show is honestly just showing off. Also, tree murder. And you might say it was already dead, in which case I will pivot to overkill.
I've lost visual. Scan for movement.
You know, this is really something you should have been doing from the start, considering your field of vision is severely limited because of your poor goggle choices and terrible aim.
Show yourself, Jedi.
Why did Ahsoka wait until now to attack the village? The magistrate has been in power for a presumably long time, given the state of the townsfolk and the environment. Did she have to wait until almost everyone was dead or suffering before she moved on this?
I've been expecting you.
Oh, so this is why no one is shooting at her right now, because they need to talk. In which case, why send out a team to kill her in the first place? Let her waltz to the wall and wax poetic about whatever.
The lives of these citizens mean nothing to me.
Then why are any of them still alive? What's the point of this entire outpost if they're not doing anything other than torturing villagers and pruning hedges? Also, how is there a conversation even happening right now when everyone is extremely far apart and surrounded by airborne detritus and dense fog? Everyone should be yelling!
Surrender or face the consequences. You have 1 day to decide.
The f*** is 1 day gonna do to change anything? Does Ahsoka really think the magistrate will have a change of heart after sleeping on this? Hell, if anything, she's got the advantage right now. Charge! Mando eventually gets pissed that Baby Yoda yanks his ball, but why? He willingly gave it to the kid to play with back in the first season, and it doesn't look like it's essential for the whatchamacallit to do the thingamadoodle. Also, why is he just now noticing the ball on the lever when he's been sitting up front for this entire journey from Navarro to Corvus? Also, ball shadowing. Mando flew right over the town just a few seconds ago, so why'd he park all the way out here in the boonies? Especially when the first thing they do is look for the town.
This needs to stay in the ship.
So obviously I'll put it in my pocket rather than walk the 30 feet back to the ship and put it where it belongs.
Not much to see out here.
Decorva Station. Turtlenecks. I find it hard to believe, given what we know about the child's appetite, that he wouldn't be jumping out of that bag and scarfing down everything on the street like the samples at Costco.
Pardon me, vendor.
He just called that woman vendor. Who refers to a person by their occupation, especially if they're a vendor? That would be like someone coming up to me and saying, "Pardon me, YouTuber and podcaster, what knight lives in that castle?" What's the point of these double sealed doors when the wall is barely 8 feet tall and easily scalable? Okay, the guards are there, but if they're taken out, this place is easy peasy to overtake. So easy that even I could do it. I mean, I can't right now because I'm waiting for my pot pie to cool, and then I have to take the crust off, and then I separate it out and eat the turkey first, but you know, later maybe.
You are a Mandalorian?
I mean, what gave it away?
Beskar.
Pure Beskar.
I've played enough video games to know the tells of a boss fight. In this case, it's the loot drop containing a weapon that perfectly matches your armor. Dead giveaway and total bullshit, but you don't care because matching set! Also, how does this lady just happen to have a spear made out of one of the rarest metals in the galaxy? She might as well have a bunch of vibranium in her basement. Also, why does the magistrate think this is a fair payment for offing a freaking Jedi? I know Mandalorians are big on Beskar, but he's got it all over his body, and this thing is really just a really strong pointy object. It doesn't even pew-pew.
Well, these are the coordinates.
The magistrate gave him exact coordinates? If they know where Ahsoka is this precisely, how haven't they mounted an attack on her before now? I know she's a dope-ass Jedi, but they could strike while she's asleep or something. Wow, the scope has a built-in zoom and enhance cliché that can be activated by the click of a button. Okay, why does Ahsoka attack Mando immediately? Maybe because Mandalorians and Jedi have been enemies for a long time? Okay, but she's friendly with Bo-Katan, who's also a Mandalorian, so what gives with that? And she must sense the presence of the child, given how powerful she is with the Force, so why didn't she ask any questions before trying to carve the poor bastard up?
Bo-Katan sent me.
You know her, right? Middle name Ra, loves warm weather, wearing linen shorts, shuffleboard. Some people will spend the next 2 minutes of this episode excitedly waiting for all of our green bean questions to be answered. I, however, will ponder this Bruce Almighty moon and worry about anyone living on this planet for much longer.
Grogu?
Yes.
Grogu? Grogu? Come the f*** on, his name might as well be Carl. Grogu.
Can he still wield the Force?
Did that not come up during your psychic conversation?
The Jedi Order fell a long time ago.
Well, sure, but you are aware that a Jedi and his friends destroyed 2 Death Stars after that, right? And Luke is presumably training new kids as you guys speak. Seriously, how does Ahsoka not know anything about what's going on with her brethren these days? Don't they send out some sort of newsletter via force frequencies across the galaxy every few months? Check your spam folder. Passing stones.
I want to see if he'll listen to you.
That would be a first.
Oh, shut up, Mando. The kid obeyed earlier, went to his car seat without rolling his eyes or anything. Also, I've never seen a Jedi training session that's so unbelievably boring. Even Rey's obstacle course from Rise of the Skywalker was more entertaining.
You cannot train him.
Obvious candidate to train a recruit with special abilities refuses to train that recruit cliché.
And I'll help you with your problem. If you see to it that Grogu is properly trained.
Found the side quest. Phew, I was worried there for a second.
A Mandalorian and a Jedi? They'll never see it coming.
Well, sure, until you start attacking them. Really, what's the benefit of the surprise collaboration after you enter the city gates? Why bother having this super secure entrance if you're just going to nakedly walk out here at the first sign of trouble? Even Winston hid behind his shit in John Wick 3 while the real fighters did the real fighting. Okay, this is some awesome Kurosawa imagery, and I appreciate that this episode wears its influences directly on the sleeves of its Beskar armor rather than obliquely nodding to them. 1 sin off.
Your bounty hunter failed.
If that were the case, wouldn't she have brought a part of the armor that was a little more impressive? Maybe like the helmet, or even a codpiece? Deus Ex Mandalorica. I'm confused. Is Ahsoka a powerful Jedi or just Batman on a different planet? Don't get me wrong, this fight is rad as hell. But even if the Magistrate is a trained fighter from the Clone Wars, how's she standing any chance against a super powerful Jedi in a f***ing sword fight?
Who do you think's gonna win? Could be your side, could be my side.
I mean, the dialogue here is riveting, you guys. Could be that either side could win. Possibly.
You and I were a lot alike.
For instance, we both like watching rom-coms and playing Candy Crush in addition to ruthlessly killing people. Want to get brunch sometime? Jeez, what a dill hole. Not only should he know he'd be too slow for Mando's draw, what does he think one blaster shot would do to him? Does he not see all that Beskar?
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
And pause for fanboy applause. No, I'm not applauding because I could give a flip all about Rebels or Clone Wars or some canon comic that was written in 1983 by George Lucas's 12-year-old second cousin. I'm watching the freaking Mandalorian, man. I don't want to do homework to be able to follow along.
May the Force be with you.
Is it just me or was Ahsoka super not helpful in this episode? She gave the kid the name, which I guess is fine, but it's also f***ing Grogu. She attacked Mando, used him to get into the village and take what she wanted from the Magistrate, then sent him on yet another side quest to figure out Baby Yoda. Grogu's purpose. She's as useless as a green milk producing mammary on a male thalassiren.
I happened to pick up another juicy little nugget. I got the first name.
Do the TVSins guys secretly love movies? Shh. Have they had a podcast devoted to discussing movies called Sincast since 2015? Shh. Have they had a vast array of movie talks, deep dives, games, guest interviews, Q&A, and much more on the Sincast? Damn it, I said keep it down. Oh, screw it. The secret's out. Check out the Sincast every Monday and more wherever you do your podcasts. We have fun.
Run for your lives! Everyone run for cover!
Run away! Run away! Run away! Hello!
Hello? Who is it?
It is King Arthur. Whose castle is this?
This is the castle of my master, Guy de Luamba.
Oysters, clams, and cockles!
Help us.
Help me!
I have a proposition that may interest you.
Suppose I were to offer you $1 million.
You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Execute them. Bogus.
We'll handle this.
Why, Johnny Ringo. You look like somebody just walked over your grave.
I didn't finish the job.
No. But sometimes, in the heat of the moment, it's forgivable to go ass to mouth.
I shall not forget you. How brave you are to be alone in the woods.